What?
Try it.
Jesus, no.
What?
Yeah, it was so nice, yo.
Wait.
Wait,
Did
Because
what?
you say fentanyl?
No.
Oh, I heard it too. I heard fentanyl. I heard
did?
sake with...
Yeah.
No, I heard this. I was like...
Sake with fentanyl,
Wait,
bro.
what?
You
Yeah, I heard it too. I was
What
like...
was it? What?
Yeah, I serve sake with fentanyl
It's
to
not
people.
only-
They love it, bro.
What was it?
Fennel.
Fentanyl.
Talking about
Finkel.
food.
Yeah, I know.
Fennel. It was so fast, bro. I was like, fentanyl.
That went so dark so quick.
Yeah.
Nico, you good? You happy? You ready?
Hey.
Yeah? We're ready to rumble? Alright, we in there? Alright. So I'm very happy to welcome everybody to a brand new episode of the TheHighCloud Podcast. This is indeed the season finale, the last one of season 4, and we had to do it bigger than we ever did before, and that rhymed. Uncle with the bars. We're sitting here at a very special location. I urge you all to come here and get some freaking fried chicken from my buddy Noah Tucker, one of the best chefs out there, cannabis minded, fully cultured, and a food head. So super interested to have him here and talk about his work in cannabis and food, and mostly the infusing of food with cannabis and other drugs.
Absolutely.
While we also talk and get served amazing food by our friends from Maison Terpenes. We have Nico and Milan in the building. Nico in the kitchen. And we're gonna have some amazing food paired with some amazing weed, thanks to Coffeeshop New York. Thank you so much, guys, in Rotterdam. Shout out, one of my favorite places in Rotterdam to be at. And this episode is brought to you by our partners, of course, Sensi Seeds. We have Noids to infuse your own food at home, and of course Mascotta to keep us rolling. Yeah, I want to welcome you guys and thank you guys for the time that you freed up today to come talk to us and eat an amazing lunch together, because
sounds dope.
That's something we all have in common for sure. Next to cannabis, is we love food. And the interesting thing about you guys is, and why I wanted to get you together for this episode as well, is that you have different takes on cannabis and food. Like,
For sure.
Yeah.
Maison Terpenes, for the people that don't know, they pair cannabis strains to food.
Right.
So you'll
Sure.
have a course, and then you'll smoke something.
Yeah.
It might be a pre-roll they have prepared for you, or some rosin, or maybe a donut, or whatever. It can go
Yeah.
either way. While Noah has a different take on cannabis and food. And maybe you can explain a little bit like what you do and how you came to starting to pair or infuse food with cannabis.
Yeah, I think first off, thanks for having me. This is dope.
Absolutely, bro.
Appreciate y'all cooking it up. Love to hear the perspective, right? Love to hear how other people think of
Exchanging on
it,
sale.
and also keeping it at a level. And I think that was primary for us. I come from a certain background in terms of just mainstream industry cooking, and I enjoy that background. But I also come from a very cultured, normalized, I think, outlook and perspective on what we now call drugs, right? And I spoke about this in a bunch of different ways when it comes to high cuisine, and we'll go into it as well. But also, I did a TED talk about it, like what's a food and what's a drug. I think the misconception is real and it's valid. And I think this is also about how we have to look at what we call drugs, first off, and then what we look as taboos and how we approach them. Like, kind of the opening statement of food and drugs is you sit down for a 8-course tasting,
Yeah.
it's a dopamine fix. It's a serotonin changer. It's right, like you're changing your oxytocin. You're getting all of these different, hits off of it, and that's very drug related.
Yeah.
So I think we have to be careful when we're sitting there eating scoops of caviar and truffle and drinking Petrus and that's fucking.
I want to say something about it also, if I can. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
absolutely,
man.
bro. That's what we're here for.
I'm sommelier normally in my IRL life.
Yeah.
And I'm serving only natural wine, and biodynamical wine is a part of the wine world, kind of. When I explain Maison Terpenes to people in our country, we're coming from Brussels, Belgium, still black market. When we're explaining our project to people, as you say, making 7-8 course in gastronomy with wine pairing. When you eat 8 courses, drinking 8 different wines with a lot of people, drinking bottles, all my friends are restaurant owner. When I explain them Maison Terpenes, they'd be like, oh, but this is like a stoner thing. You get super high from this. And I'm like, bro, you drinking 7 bottles of wine during gastronomic dinner is totally fine. I'm not here to judge, you know, but as you say, there is a really big misconception.
Yeah, it's kind of the same. It's same, but different.
Yeah, exactly. And I think
100%.
Yeah, in a lot of countries, there is a misconception between what gets you really high, as you say, and what's, because I see people every day coming out from restaurants super drunk, thinking they're nuts, you know? And feeling super right about it.
Also, till it gets normalized, right?
Yeah.
Alcohol for sure is used in every celebratory, negative, positive way you can think
wedding,
of. Graduation,
birthday.
wedding, birth, death, blah, 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 blah. Crack something, pop something. Right? Doesn't matter.
There's always
casual
a reason to pop a bottle.
Consumption of alcohol, right?
100%.
So first of all, it's hyper normalized. But then on top of that, we have to remember why we think the way we do about certain things, right? Why kratom or why cannabis or why whatever. Okay.
A certain purpose.
There's a certain level of drugs, and let's be really clear about this as well, that there's certain shit that's just fucking lethal.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And it's hyper manufactured.
Like everything, like sugar.
Yeah, because
like
let's just
like
rewind a little bit and talk about, because you've mentioned a little bit that for you it's not only cannabis that you work with.
No.
What are some of the substances that you work with next to cannabis, like besides cannabis?
So we work with, we kind of go, kratom, and I'm kind of like trying to find a nutshell for it, but I think we go into a different space when it comes to drugs in general. And so myself and Tony, he's the other co-creator, owner of everything we're talking about,
Sitting here
who was in the building
Not
upstairs,
like
actually keeping the business together. Is so basically, the story is that we used to have this restaurant, and it was called Fresh. And sorry for jumping around, but it's good to give back end premise.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we had this restaurant that was called Fresh, small spot, 35 seats. This was like 12 years ago, whatever, a long time, right? Like, changed the menu every week, 2 chefs, brought it to you, served caviar and played Tropical Quest, right? So we opened a restaurant that we wanted. But in that, I discovered all these smart shops out here. Started to go to the smart shops. I started to have a moment where I was like, all right, this is mad familiar to me. This is a happy place. This makes sense to me. Yeah. I also have a restaurant now. So now I'm taking these drugs, bringing it back to the restaurant, and I'm cooking it up. And I'm like, why are we so caught up in one? Because I had been mixing weed and food for longer than you think about, right? Yeah. Like, you do it inherently. It's called the munchies. Like, it's not
just about fun.
It's not so off the ripper. You do it now. Word, we call it the munchies.
Know what would be good with this?
Thank you.
Some vanilla ice cream.
So you do it, right? So exactly.
Yeah.
So I think there's something to be said for that, right? And then you can elevate it. But maybe I was doing it different when I was young. We were taking mushrooms, like psilocybin, we were putting them inside of McDonald's burgers and eating.
Oh, yeah.
Off rip, right?
Another level of this shit.
Well, I think it was also like,
I love it.
Right? So, like, I want the effect, but why I gotta go through that, like, funky-ass moment about it, right? And why do I have to not treat it?
That's why I was scared of mushroom for years.
Yeah. So what goes with mushrooms? Yeah, mushrooms, bro. Black truffles, white truffles. Like, there's shit that goes with mushrooms.
Yeah.
So now that I have the skill set, I'm growing as shit, I have resources, right? Yeah. Why are we not going in? So we started to approach it with our pedigree. Tony has the same pedigree, if not better, from me, from the UK, right? And coming from these restaurants that were super dialed in, that's how you now approach it. So now I'm taking these drugs, right, from this smart shop, this legal spot, and I get to really look at them, and I get to say, what's the flavor profile? Oh, they're bitter? Okay, let's go with bitter. It needs more fat. It needs a little sweet. It needs some right? Like, you get to, you start to play with it. Yeah, you start to play with it correctly.
It's like the science. You apply the science that you have from the...
then we split it. Now we're like, what's the flavor profile? What's the effect? We want less or more of that flavor? Are we going compare or contrasting? And then what's the high level that we want? So we're looking at 2 major, right, compositions or questions that are going to be asked. Strength and flavor. And now I'm saying, well, that tastes like it goes with licorice and pink grapefruit and black pepper and tarragon. Okay, cool. That's a flavor profile. That works great for that. Okay, what's the strength? Yeah. Is it something that's so strong you got to be cool with? Or is it something that needs to be there so that they feel good in the morning?
Yeah, just a touch of it.
Yeah, right? So this is also taking like cannabis, and we would break it down to CBD, THC, THCV to stop the munchies at the end, right? Like really try to chop it up. And same thing with the psilocybin, and same thing with the Syrian rue, and same thing with the blue lotus. And we would mix like 7, 8 different drugs, all microed, all extract, all on pair with what you're tasting.
Are you doing extract by yourself?
No. We're
because I don't know actually how those.
Let's be clear. We are chefs.
Yeah. Okay.
And creators.
Yeah. Okay.
And I love that space. Sure, you become knowledgeable through showing respect to it. But am I making? Hell no, I'm not making extracts, right? Also, I don't want to because if you can make it better, go make it.
Yeah, do it by yourself.
That's not the end result. I still got a whole nother thing we got to do with it. So I'm like, if you make the best hash, cool. I'm looking for you.
Yeah.
And if you have the best, like you know what I'm saying, flour, I'm looking for you also because I need all of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it got fun was. So then you didn't become the scientist, right? You were kind of just like the mad professor.
Yeah.
Because science
is come up with ideas.
You can go in because now you're like, oh, this is what I need. I also need langoustines. I also need caviar. I also need I need all of this stuff in front of me at one time. Yeah. Okay.
To have the full
let's play. Like look at it just as ingredients.
Picture of it.
Yeah. Like look at it as just ingredients.
As you're drawing plates on the gastronomic restaurant.
Not high. We'll deal with high. Later.
Yeah.
We can dial that in differently.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, cool. We have 40 ingredients we're going to play with. Let's make up an 8-course, a 6-course, a 5-course tasting. So that's what we started to do.
Crazy.
Yeah, B.
Talk about courses. We have a menu for today, and I haven't even seen it.
You want to discover
Can you take us a little bit through what we're going to be enjoying today?
Can I just 1 second? Can I get water first? Is that cool? Can we get some water?
Absolutely.
Can you grab a bottle of water?
Yeah, sure.
It's like right there, actually. Funny enough.
Maison Terpenes is not only about menu and good food. It's also methodology. I'm going to give you a glass also, guys. We coming from a restaurant that's really thinking about how they can be more sustainable also, because gastronomy is a lot of waste, as you may know. And it's a lot of, when you're doing, for example, events like us on a daily basis or stuff like this, you waste a lot. And if you want to be a little bit, not even just eco-friendly to ease your mind, but to be responsible at your job nowadays, you don't cook like you were cooking before. You don't kill lobster like you were cooking before. You don't, like, things change, things evolve in a good way, I think. So, for example, we don't pretend to be 100% zero waste, but when you find something on the menu, it's going to be used in all form. For example, we use black garlic. We make black garlic. Black garlic is it's basically garlic we're going to show you after, that you cooked for a very long period in a really low temperature, and it's going to cook on inside. It's going to confit in a way, you know, and it turned really black. But you got other terps from this. When we use garlic, we use skin, we use even the little germ in, we use everything. We pickle them, we make sauce out of it. So zero wasting is one of our main stuff. Means you're going to see a lot of different ingredients back and forth in your menu.
Cool.
Try to find them a bit. Also, we also like to give kind of a red cord through the menu. So for lunch, it's going to be more experience by plate. But for the 5 and 7 course, we always got our theme. Like it can be a journey during the day, from morning to evening. We were famous to do a breakfast to dessert for the gastronomic pairing that worked really well, that end up a gastronomic at the end of the day. It's 10 o'clock, but you're eating breakfast taste remade in a dessert, you know. So we like to give other perspective to our foods, not only just minded, but to make you have new memories about it.
Absolutely.
Food. So today you're gonna have a
nostalgic, right?
Exactly.
Good food is nostalgic.
Memories for us is really important. So we have a 3-course here, coming with main, appetizer first, obviously, main and dessert. So the first one, we worked with a butcher called Dierendonk in Brussels. It's a really former end butcher. So we buy a really nice dry aged meat for 6 weeks. We like to make pairing, not necessarily for the same terps. We like to play with wine is the same. Yeah, complement. For wine is the same. Yeah. If you eat a super lemony fish and you have a super acidic lemony wine, it's a good pairing. But for me, I'm not from this school kind of. It's an easy pairing for me. Yeah. I like to give you super acidic white wine on a buttery wine on a buttery meat.
Yeah.
I don't think that drinking super heavy wine, for example, on red meat is a good idea as a sommelier. A lot of people think that. I think that it's like adding hot sauce to a hot dish.
Is it also like one of those things that's also probably like, and maybe that's just me how I think, is that it's also environment, moment, almost like the season. Like if it's in the middle of the winter and I'm in the middle of some snow and somebody gives me a dry age, give me an old oaky fuck because it's
it's going
and I also want
with
a
the
cigar
memory.
and I also want like then it's a moment. But
This I
you
can
know what
get.
I mean?
But the thing is that wine and pairing as general, people see that as how to say that, as a social experience. For example, wine. People speak about wine and pairing in general because they hear what was good, not because they're really going into it. Once again, not as a judgment, because it's human to do this. You know? It's human to see, for example, people turning wine at the restaurant, not knowing why you do this. Still, everyone's doing this. You have one way to, like this, you have a trick in the restaurant if you want to bullshit people. Make a first nose, smell it really nicely, put it back, rush it a lot, and make a second nose. If you do this in front of a sommelier, he's going to sell you the best bottle of the cellar because you know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oui, I just need a little salt. I will explain to you later. It's like wild garlic salt made by a really nice spice brand in Belgium that made all the chef spice. I'm going to give you a little bit afterward to taste.
Nice.
So first, dry aged meat. It's Holstein beef. So it's a really nice strain of cow. It's a milk cow normally. They're bigger and they sweeter in a way. They're gonna.
They've lived.
Yeah. They live for long and they develop this nutty little aftertaste. That's why the fat is a bit yellowish. It's because they're older, as you said.
Yeah. Cool.
And we wanted to work on this black garlic because I'm going to show you the story afterward. Maybe you'll post it. We have really black garlic we do in our compost in our garden. If you bury them in compost for 2 weeks, like a normal garlic, it's going to turn into black garlic by himself. Yeah. Nice. One here.
Crazy. And I'm already starting to get hungry. Really I'm already starting to get a big smile on my face because we're going to be eating some amazing food, I see. After the dry aged biscotti, we have some other, I see champagne sauce and stuff.
Be careful, plate are really hot.
Okay, cool.
So here you have garlic, but in a different way. Don't touch it at all.
Yep.
Up. You have first the beef in the center of the plate. You have a black garlic and potato puree. The three-way is the black garlic puree. You have garlic pickles, the white one on top, and roasted pickled garlic. Nice. The juice is meat juice, worked for 2 days. We work it with fermented beetroots to give it a little bit kicky, a little bit sourish taste. Hope you enjoy. Let me know if you like it, guys. Yeah, I don't think you'll need any really meat knife for this one.
And
I'm gonna add you a little bit more.
What's the pairing to this?
The pairing is the biscotti helium that I'm gonna give you right now to light it with.
Yeah, let's light that first. Take a toke and then.
Nice.
This looks amazing. It smells amazing.
So biscotti helium, you got one each, guys. One here and one there. I got one too if you want. There you go.
Here, bro, allow me to light it for you. This one's already.
So yeah, here the pairing, as I was saying, is more like a complementary pairing. The biscotti was really, really gassy. And I was like, if we want to pair something really well with it, we have to let it go. We don't have to try to fight against it. It's super gassy. Let's make something super punchy. Let's make dry aged meat super tasty, black garlic. This plate is gonna be explosion a lot, in a different way. With salt, if you want.
The sauce like already looks exploding.
Yeah.
Like it
sauce. Our chef Nico is really famous to make. You'll see. You'll tell us afterward. But sauce is one of his specialties. Sauce is really how do you say that? Underestimated in the kitchen. In the gastronomy, making sauce is one of the most responsible job just after being chef. To have a bit of background, Nico made his stage when he was in school. He got me from a really big Horeca restoration school in Brussels, a really famous one. He made his stage when he was younger his internship, in Élysée for the French president, for François Hollande when he was still there.
Real quick,
yeah, sure. Sorry, I pass in front. Up, there you go, bros. And then he worked for a 2 Michelin star restaurant for many years, 2 ans, 3 ans? For 2 years in a restaurant called La Paix, the Peace. And it's a French chef called David Martin, but he's passionate about Japanese food and Japanese culture. So he went to Japan few times to learn about knife, to learn about fish, meat, and different stuff like this.
This also got a little umami to it, like
all
that black
it's really
garlic,
got that, right?
Black garlic and also a well-made jus. You can't beat that.
Like if you're tasting this now,
Like beef jus is like the French like soy sauce. I don't know.
yeah.
Soy sauce, but soy sauce needs a lot of techniques in the background.
Not the saltiness. I meant the value of it.
I know, exactly.
You know?
Exactly, yeah. Because...
And not just beef jus, like
jus,
the concept of
all
it in
jus,
general, it really...
Taking all the meat...
What would you pair it with? Like, in terms of drugs, what would you pair this plate with?
How will you infuse it?
Yeah.
So first, I think the better question is, what is it infused with? Is it fat or water soluble?
Yeah.
You gotta like apply some level of science.
Make them
right?
apart.
And what's fat, what's water based? So puree, probably more water based just because it's veggie and you need some type of liquid. But jus for sure, it's fat based, right? Or is it in the pickle? Or is it in the, right? Like any element, you can look at it and be like, or is it in the oil that you roast the garlic in? Or like, how do you feel like doing it? Or is it a finisher like olive oil? And how much of
this plate to Patrick?
How much?
Yeah, sure.
How much of a part do you want to play in it, right? Like,
I'll go by there.
Bruh.
I'll give you.
This is so nice.
yeah, this is dope. Well, you know what too is? It's cooked really nice, yo.
Yeah. Perfect cuisine.
You know, you know what makes it really good stays when people rest it.
Je peux le reprendre,
I have to let it rest.
People underestimate that shit. Right.
Sometimes giving time, right? You know, even before you cook it. Like, I have the steak sitting for 20,
Let it get
30
to room
minutes.
10. Yeah, 100%.
Maybe sometimes 40. Like, depending on the temperature and everything. And then we start cooking. And then after cooking, we lay it to rest again for a few minutes.
Yeah, Nico on the road was like, if you want to have to say something for me, I want to speak about resting time.
Did you hear me?
He was.
I just said it. I was like, that's what makes it a good steak. You gotta let it fucking rest.
I was asking him on the way if you need to tell one thing about cooking, and he's like, resting time. We need to speak about resting time because people doesn't know it that much. When you cook a meat, normally.
But do you know how you tell?
Yeah.
So you sear something, you know, right? Like you sear it and it gets dark and dark, right? And but when it's rested right, the temperature goes all the way to the edges of the meat, right? Because it's had time to kind of let it fucking chill.
The fiber also. The fiber doesn't break. Fiber doesn't break when you let it rest. Normally when you cook beef, even chicken, every meat have to rest the same time you cooked. Means you cook a beef like a filet or contre-filet, rump steak, anything for like 5 minutes, with butter and stuff. Minimum resting time 5 to 10 to 15. It's gonna stay hot. If it's not, just refry it for 10 seconds each, and you're gonna have
if it's not hot, it was too cold going into the pan.
It's not gonna be too cold. But people are gonna think it's too cold. But meats absorb a lot of heatness actually. And
also, the concept of eating piping hot food.
Yeah.
It's a dumb thing.
Yeah.
It's also not good for you. It's not healthy.
Well, not just that. It's like we taste at our optimal when shit's room temperature.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I had it in the winter. In the winter, we had a fire batch of our friend OG Nash Genetic from Belgium. Shout out to him.
You've never had hot McDonald's.
For real.
That's not on accident.
Yeah, for real.
Nothing that they do is on accident, right? If they wanted it hot, you get hot fucking like fuck. It's you've never had. I don't even care.
We have one in Belgium. I think they don't do it on purpose, and he go there only because of that reason. Because as a chef, obviously, I'm gonna break a myth there. All the chef eating
I eat the best of everything. So the best shit food.
Yeah, exactly. I love how you finish my sentence.
The best food,
bro. Right? You're gonna be best friend, guys.
No, that's just the rule.
2 Michelin star chef. I knew. I'm not gonna name drop. 2 Michelin star chef eating, frozen Dr. Oetker pizza every night, bro. Yeah. When you're touching fancy food with your finger all day, managing lobster, truffle, stuff like this. Bro, you open your oven, you put a frozen pizza in 2 minutes, and you don't even eat it. You don't even eat it. You eat one piece because it's just the idea of you that you need. But touching food all day got consequence. Good consequence, but yeah. To finish this is that we thought that it was not only missing in the industry to have. We were speaking off camera, you know, but we're coming from the same industry, based, you know, gastronomy. You can do a lot of things with ID and not that much money. I saw a lot of events. It's going better and better. I speak with them and they explain me, oh, for example, I got 30, 40, 50 euro per person. In gastronomy events, you make activity for people with this. You make a live cooking show. You make a live barbecue in front of them. All work is also to managing budget to make you live a nice experience, affordable.
Yeah.
And in the 420, I see a lot of places doing it super well. I had so much fun at the Jack Harrow Cup. It was amazing, cool. You know. I love this kind of event.
Your
for
snacks
this.
was amazing.
Yeah, good food, good
stuff.
people, and you see they're taking care of those people.
Yeah.
But when I was exchanging exactly there, our concept is basically this: bringing good experience to people, being affordable, being connected to what people need in terms of demands. You know, eating is like a need for everyone, and either you're at home, at a sesh, at a wedding, you can eat right. We can learn people.
You could hate someone's culture and like their food.
Yeah. No, that's true.
That happens a lot in the Netherlands.
That happens a lot everywhere. Yo, that happens a lot everywhere.
Yeah, around the world.
Word, like what are we talking about? Think about where shit comes from.
Shawarma might be the most like contradictive
what we talking about?
People are torn because of shawarma.
Come on, man, the whole world was against Russia. I don't think people stopped eating caviar.
Faut comme des fous.
How was that, bro? You like that?
That was great, man. It was a good pairing.
What type of drugs would you think would?
So for me, so in my brain, that's an end of the tasting space, right?
Oh yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
So just how I operate, right? Like it's lunch, it's different rules, and good food is good food. So bring it to me however you feel like bringing it to me, right? Like game. But in a progression where you're doing like 6 courses, that's towards the end, right? Maybe like number 3 to the end. So I'm not doing heavy hitters at this point. Heavy hitters should come at the beginning. You got to do that shit beginning, middle. Going to put psilocybin, if you're going to put any kind of heavy extracts that are really going to affect them. I think towards the end you're doing more like management. So you're giving them things like Kana to settle their stomach at that point, and you're giving Kana's this really cool fermented root from South Africa, and it was given the Zulu warriors used to use it right when they came back from like
we got the same also in drinks. In for example, a lot of people are drinking hot sake during their meal.
Sure.
Hot sake is not made for this reason, but got one big particularity is that the first sip you take is gonna start your processing
digestive system
right away. Means if you sipping while you're eating, you can digest and eat at the same time. It's not that bad, but it's not a good
sake.
but it's not a good experience. We'll do once the sake. I make sake degustation. I think sake is the future also for not only for cooking but for pairing.
Beautiful.
For pairing. People misunderstood sake a lot. Think sake is a really strong alcohol because a lot of Asian places sell them shochu instead, who's a rice wine kind of. No, actually sake is rice wine. Shochu is alcohol. So shochu is closer to vodka. You know, this really strong potato. It's actually sweet potato, alcohol,
and rice. Potato?
It's sweet potato and rice together. Shochu.
Okay.
Sake is
just rice.
It's a rice wine. It's not like a distillation, you know. So sake cannot go up 20%.
It's a ferment, right?
Yeah, it's like wine, like wine. So it can go up 20%. Means you can make a 5-course dinner pairing with sake because it got this amazing.
Yeah, but if you go to Japan, that's what you have.
That's what you get.
I was doing it in Brussels also, in Paris.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you'll get wine, but you'll get sake. You'll get infused. I went to an incredible spot.
Bro, I just had some yuzu sake, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm selling it at Magnum. What? In Magnum, in our restaurant, we're selling yuzu sake at the digestive. It's the best limoncello of your fucking life.
And then you have the fresh one and the fresh one.
That had fennel in
Is it the misaki one?
My mind, yo.
What?
Try it.
Jesus, no.
What?
Yeah, it was so nice, yo.
Wait.
Wait. What?
Did you say fentanyl?
No.
Oh, I heard it too. I heard fentanyl. I heard sake with no. I heard this. I was like,
sake with fentanyl.
Wait, what? Yeah, I heard it too. I was like,
what was it? What?
Yeah, I serve sake with fentanyl to people. They love it, bro.
What was it?
Fennel.
Fennel.
We're talking about food.
Yeah, I know.
Fennel. It was so fast, bro. I was like, fennel.
That went so dark so quick.
We went to the dark.
That's really the underbelly of this. Don't let it fool
Imagine my
you.
mind going, this motherfucker drinking fennel, enjoying it.
Fennel.
My first thought was like
Fennel.
maybe microdosing. We don't know. Yeah, and I was like, I was too scared to ask. You were like, maybe I would look like a dummy if I asked.
No way, man. No, thank you.
Beautiful.
Course correction.
Okay, no, fennel.
Sake, fennel, we're back
Let's get back to fennel. No, but
dope.
in the restaurant I'm working for, 5-course, we do lambic.
Yeah.
So we got this amazing factory called THC Fontainen. Is the best lambic factory in the world. They're working with natural wine makers. They got the grapes from them. They make it lambic with old kriek, all the gueuse, the peach one, all the sour. If you got some sour lover terps, go for gueuse, girl. Go for gueuse. Lambic beer and all this handcrafted sour beer, you can find amazing terps in them. We do so lambic, sake, natural wine, and sometimes digestive if people want, but I like to keep it light, you know?
Yeah.
It's the same a bit as microdosing. We love to just make things work. It's the same as the wheat pairing. When we do wheat pairing, it's all about taste, never gonna be about hype. That's also why we not do infused food. We got this off camera also. I really think that edible making is a job. I respect them so much. A lot of friends and fellows that make edibles, shout out Tricom Science. I love what they do. I have big respect for the guy because he's sharing the same high.
But edibles with cannabis.
It's infused. I respect the hustle of doing gastronomic things. I eat one of these stoned cake, and he was the first chef. Was the first to say, "Bro, this ganache inside, these crackers, this technique is some gastro shit."
But he did.
Shout out to him once again. Shout out to him.
He's a patissier.
But like a high one. You can see he worked in Michelin-star restaurant.
Looking at the
you can see him.
bonbons he makes.
Yeah,
now, bro.
Once again. And so we think that edible making is a job, and I think we do it sometimes for fun. We did a collaboration at Homegrown Cup. I think you were there. Eating the macaron. Nico made some French macaron crust, La Durée style, and Tricom helped us making dulce de leche infused.
Cool.
So we love to do collaborations like this, but we into food, even 420 organizing, but related to food and pairing, obviously. But we really think edible making and infusing food and making food and.
What would be your ideal scenario? Right, as this goes on and the concept evolves, and you kind of like if you didn't have to follow
rules and regulations,
not just rules and regulations, but more so like if you didn't have to follow what other people let you show was valuable, so you went that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I have the perfect answer, but I think it's more for legal reason that we cannot do it. When we super high, we dream about something with Nico. We dream about the place you said before, 35 people. Quiet place, good music, even maybe live music. Yeah. Super quiet, good food, not fancy, not pretentious, affordable. And having like a rosin cellar, you know, that you can present a rosin menu, a flower menu.
Just like wine.
Only friend of us. Because I sell natural wine and I think like living soil is really important, like having clean stuff is important as natural wine because otherwise my normal job will not fit to what I'm doing in the 420 industry. Yep. So having only batches from our friends, you know, Cuvée 2022, you know, we're working also, we make experiment on making hash getting older in
vintage.
Vintage in wine cellar,
Curing
old Ash Valley,
or
the Calipo from Smuggler. I'm a hash lover, Nico is a weed lover. Nico loves Z, and I'm smoking only frozen and static. We get representing by a friend of us, you met him also, Glass for Flavor, that make only glass filter for hash. And this guy is the most crazy guy, getting Hash Valley from 4 years in wine cellar, crazy mutation, stuff like this. And our perfect idea will be nice wine, good food, and like
cured hash.
Cured hash, a nice jar menu.
Where is
like people? That's the thing. Legal reason doesn't allow us.
Can we book a table? That's my. Can we book?
We have so many tables already not flexing, but people ask us, "Can I invest in this?"
Yeah.
But the thing
I'm
is
sure
that
there's enough people watching that would love to invest in this, bro.
In the US for the moment will be the most. The place we think about the most for the moment because not about us.
There's places that are legal.
Yeah.
And how about doing it as a social club in Germany?
We're speaking about Germany.
We
were in Mariging.
Like a social club with an amazing kitchen.
The thing is that, the thing about legal problem is not about weed, mostly. The legal problem is about stocking flowers and serving food in the same place.
Yeah, that's in Spain. It's also an issue.
We spoke about this with lawyer.
Like the max you can do is like a grilled cheese or something.
Yeah, it's the max
but you can't touch the food.
Yeah,
you cannot touch the food.
But in Netherlands it's kind of the same, huh?
No.
In Netherlands it's kind of the same.
No, you can have a horeca license. They have a horeca license in the middle of the weed shop.
Yeah, but you cannot sell both. You cannot sell wine and weed.
No, not wine.
That's the thing.
You can sell food.
That's the thing, because if you make a really viable business plan, selling only weeds and thing will not be that
How
viable.
they got around with it, we just bought bar licenses and served that had a full hospitality license for bar and da-da, and then allowed people to smoke in there.
Yeah,
that's what's closer we get.
That's more for me. That seems way closer.
Yeah. You're right.
In that sense, right? I think
like we could do here actually.
I mean, what's smart is they buy the place across the street from the weed shop that they own, right?
Yeah,
so it's like, I mean, that's the.
Yeah.
There's
workarounds. There's workarounds.
Let's do it Kramer style. Let's do it close next to it.
Kramers,
that's
also a beautiful example.
It's a beautiful example of this. This is we.
Been to
Kramers in Den Haag. They got the shop on the corner, and they got like a really good looking pub style bar for 50 people. Yeah, this we can do, but all the place for here in the Netherlands with that beautiful location.
But they do it. Places do it. It just doesn't come off like Bulldog has it.
Yeah.
What you call it has it? Strain Hunters or Greenhouse has it, right? Like there's multitude that they have them. Yeah. And but this is the statement is that, and it goes back to our conversation is there's a certain level up. There's two realities to it. People that are going into smoke shops aren't really requiring super high end food. Let's keep it a buck. That's not what they're looking for.
That's realistic,
right?
Shit,
okay. If you feel like doing that,
budget-wise,
there's a clear budget.
No, really.
Yeah.
So then, if you know that there's a budget, you know if there's like a $15 cap on food, it's like, what can you get away with for $15? If you can't conceptualize that, then it doesn't have to be in that space. That's wrong space. So that's why for me it seems like you think that there's a threshold where somebody's going to come in and drop $200 casually at 4 o'clock. They're not. They're going to come in and spend $50 and get a fucking soda and maybe some bullshit like a fries, and they're going to step off.
Even you do it because we spoke about it. We can fool the restaurant for 6 months, for example. For 6 months, easily. Friends, family, owners, shops, companies, everyone you know. But 6 months is not a restaurant life, you know? 6 months is a lot of money, but
season. It's like touristic
a restaurant is 3 year. 3 year viability.
6 months is a pop-up.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at him throwing ideas.
Yeah. That's the thing.
6 months, it's a pop-up.
Yep. We do it in Belgium. We do pop-up in Belgium, obviously not for 20, we do it with wine. But we do pop-up. We do like 1 week, 2 weeks in Brussels. If anyone listens to this and pass by Brussels, pass by Belgium, don't hesitate to text us. We got super nice activity.
At Maison Terpenes on Instagram. I'll put
bring your own bottle and bud.
Yeah, we do this. We go next week. We go with some followers to find some truffle in the woods with pigs and dogs.
That's cool.
You know, we do this kind of thing.
Can you smoke on that trip?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
When is that?
It's next year, but you have to be kind of prepared. Like 6 in the morning, super boots.
I can do 6 in the morning and boots. Yeah. Do I need a dog? I don't.
No. It's dogs and pigs from one of our chef we know that's doing this from his own and organize this. But there is a lot of people. One of our guys in Belgium also infused olive oil, premium olive oil, Gastronova. I think I showed you at the cup. Yeah,
I've seen
people making things in Belgium, but black market stop us a lot.
Yeah. For people who want to do that wherever they are, Pot by Noids helps you do that. So you can order the Pot by Noids and get one of these cool machines to infuse your own olive oils or whatever oils, coconut oils. You can do extractions, you can do whatever, and make your own infusions and edibles and stuff at home. Nice. Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Use THC 10 for discount. That's also how it works up in this. And tell us, what do we have up next? Like
next, we're gonna have a main. You got? Did you like the appetizer first?
Well, it was great.
Yeah,
amazing. Talking
Pairing
about
makes sense for you.
Yeah, it
Pairing worked.
Yep.
Yeah. We're
still enjoying it. Still thinking about the meat and the sauce and the puree. That's still resonating with every draw.
For lunch, one thing you learn in place you worked in restaurant is lunch. For me, it's a question of balance. It's a question of quantity and question of timing also. If you're in a restaurant, people have 1 hour to eat. you know, they're kind of busy. Yeah,
Max. Right?
Yeah, max. You know. So, yeah, the main here is gonna be wild poisson. T'as fait quoi? Bar de ligne. Jesus. Poisson. Yeah. It's line bar. Do you know the difference between a bar? That's a kind of a fish. I'm gonna maybe translate it in Dutch for you.
Portuguese. I know more fish in Portuguese. I don't know the Dutch word. I don't eat fish in the Netherlands.
Oh, sea bass. Yeah, sea bass.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the difference in between line sea bass and normal sea bass?
Yes.
Line sea bass.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, sea bass means they catch it line by line. They're not taking a huge fillet to
yeah.
And so it's wild line sea bass here.
Right.
We're working with a
wild
nice shop.
catch, just from a
we're working with a shop for
rod
kind of all of events. We're really lucky having this in Brussels. Cost us a lot, but we rather give good quality to people.
Yeah,
it's called Rob. It's a shop existing only in Brussels, and it's called the Gourmet Market. Kind of. If you follow us, you can see sometime we're posting. We find fruit. I think you saw the 3 stars peach.
Yes.
I don't know how they do. They kind of diggers from fruits, wine, the best meats, the best, super expensive but amazing. I'll show you. Smell this. This is the smoked salt. Smoked salt from them. This is the long pepper from Indonesia. From them we use for desserts. Everything is like yeah, bro. They're using only premium ingredient, and that's all. What Maison Terpenes do. Scratch it a bit. Scratch it and smell it a bit. With this for the dinner, we use this in the chocolate mousse I served you at the judge, the homegrown.
Terpy.
Yeah, all the terps. At the Jack Error cup. This was in the chocolate mousse with the nashi pear cooked.
The pepper.
The pepper, yeah. And so also, going back to this.
Beautiful. Smoked
this
salt.
comes from Greece.
Yeah,
so they go to dig a little bit everywhere.
That's cool.
We rather do a little bit less money and make amazing experience to people, because really with good technique in kitchen, that's what a lot of restaurants doing. No shout out to them. You can take super basic ingredients, super cheap ingredients.
As you should.
And also sourcing your ingredient, sourcing your butter, sourcing your dairy, because also it's respecting your customer.
It's like the same with cannabis. If you want to have a good experience, you have to go after something nice.
I mean, isn't that the skill set, like to make something that's as basic as a carrot?
I think it's not enough. Not to flex, but it's not enough. I think
as good as a lobster. Like that's where the skill set comes in. Yeah. And that's what people pay for.
Yeah.
Hard line. I'm not saying you don't.
Yeah, but how many people
how
many people eating frozen lobster when you have raw? How many people not eating wagyu?
But with food, it's also like it's fire in, fire out. The same as making hash, bro. Yeah. I could get a cheap steak and it will not come out the same way this steak.
Yeah, but I think that there is a part of scam that no one's speaking about in food. Like you can eat wagyu with no sourcing. You can eat, and you're paying this price. You're paying 50 euro pricing. You eat a frozen lobster. A lot of places are doing that, and I can understand. Like everyone got their own business plan. Everyone have eat their bread, you know. But
it's also financial, right?
It's respect for your heart and your soul and your customer soul. Also to plate is also for me a living thing, you know. Plate what you put in your mouth.
Sure.
Same as weed. Everything you put close to your sensitive part for me, it's kind of a living stuff or was alive at some point, and you need to stay close to this, not in
respect it.
Yeah, respect, not in a spiritual way. Just you're gonna have a better life. You're gonna be in better health. I don't know how to say this in other word, but it's important to know what you consume.
Factor.
Yeah,
it's a freshness factor in many.
Know what you
senses.
consume, and it's gonna give it back to you so much. I don't know, like.
Yeah, be aware of your consumption.
Yeah,
we tend to
lose
that.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Awareness in every step of the
but
way.
Especially what he's saying of your consumption, right? And not just like what you put literally, but like also what you decide to watch and what you decide to listen to, and like
thoughts in your mind.
Yeah,
right. Like your
think positive, think negative.
Your personal intake. Like what's your mental diet, right? On a regular.
Wow.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
We're not aware of that shit, yo. We're on the phone 15 hours a week. Like,
I saw only one person in the industry. I think was a person from Alien Lab spoke about it a few weeks ago about mental health in the industry. I think it's a really important subject.
Absolutely.
In every work, But also in the
Don't
industry.
forget that in the cannabis industry, a lot of
Mental
us
health
are
guy.
outcasts.
Yeah, but you know what too is
like in most
take care
places
of your
we're
health.
outcasts. So there's often like a therapeutic side to cannabis. Like most people using it are either medical patients or therapeutic users. In my book, like especially for the daily users, you know, and it requires care, and we definitely live in a dog-eat-dog world, and you have to be on your toes constantly. But that's something that we have to change.
Be careful.
Like, you need to be able to.
Yo, you gotta be accountable.
You have to step back sometimes.
Yeah, look in the mirror. You know,
Yeah,
look at
you gotta be
yourself
accountable.
first and
That's
everything.
it. If
Like,
people
with
were more
every
accountable-
choice.
Looking in the mirror. Also, I always say to my wife, when people doesn't smoke on a daily basis, I can definitely understand people doesn't like weed experience, for example.
don't
But
need
I hear, but also I think it's misunderstood about something. Not to make a small philosophy, but I think that when you're not used to it, and that you consume, it's the same as being in a big room on a chair in front of yourself and speaking to yourself, checking on you, are you good? And if you're not, but you didn't check that before on yourself, you're not going to be able to have this discussion, you know? It's not comfortable for you having this discussion.
Yeah, but one doesn't have to relate to the other, right? Like, I don't think any type of consumption, I think people who don't consume anything, that is also their vice. That's where they get their dopamine from.
Yeah. It's
Like, I know
not because
people-
of the product, it's because of the mental health.
No, it's just how we, like drugs or anything that alters you is a very easy way to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
Not doing anything and constantly being in the present and being like, you
It's
just
a
gotta
pressure,
look at shit.
Yep.
It's a pressure, but that's also where they get their sense of
rush.
fulfillment, right? Like when you're in hyper control, I don't know if you know anybody who's for real in control, like that's how they get off, but it's not detrimental to them. It benefits them because that's how they like to function, where they like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I go work out, I eat super healthy, right? Like the control is because you can only control
It's the
yourself.
rush.
Yeah.
You can only control yourself. In real life, you can't control anyone else. Anything is just you. You know, so I think like if you master that, there's some qualm to that shit.
Yeah.
There's some
consequence. So yeah, I think so.
Come on.
You look in control.
I don't know. It's a good
It's
front.
the work. It's the work.
Yeah, no, I
It's the
think
work.
Did you light up during work and everything? Do you smoke?
I don't know.
like
That's
that
just
and
general
everything?
life. Like I think it's
For
not,
a lot of a person from restoration, it is, I think.
like I just smoke. Like I don't know. Like I've always
Just
smoked.
smoke?
Since I was like 12. I've always smoked weed,
Daily basis?
and then daily, every day, just
Yeah.
constant. I've had huge, like I've just burned a
Yeah.
lot, and then times where I've burned a very little bit. But like in general, it's just of common day culture, right? Like I don't appreciate it, and I don't. I have my own viewpoint. I think if you can't get up and hustle and grind, you probably shouldn't be smoking.
No,
Like-
that's it. You
it's not
you
made
have
for
to use
everyone,
it
I
as
think.
supportive,
If
tool
that
in
shit
life.
doesn't like add value to your
Yeah.
shit, don't fuck with it.
I was talking to someone yesterday about this who
Not
said,
everybody
like,
can smoke.
I had to.
I think
I
so,
had
bro.
to stop, you know, because he wasn't like he was actively putting away emotions and whatever by smoking, you
denial
know.
or something.
But I'm an emotional guy even when I smoke, you know.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can cry 3 times a day sitting with my
You know what
daughter
it
or
is?
whatever. I know.
Weed helped me
You know,
actually in my
it's-
life. For example,
yeah.
in restaurant, I could not handle this big rush of stress, this adrenaline. If I will not smoke it, I will get super emotional. I get it totally opposite. If I
Oh, no.
smoke, it's just passing through me, and I'm just like, okay, tonight's gonna be over. Tomorrow's another day.
I
And
smoke
and
so I can deal with people.
if you don't smoke, you can do not.
I'm
no,
dead
me,
ass.
me neither.
I'm
Me
dead
neither.
ass. I smoke so that I can be common and have common conversations.
also-
and like
Yeah.
But you have to speak
normal
also with a
shit.
lot of
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
something we not remind a lot. In restoration, like in many service job, you have to speak a lot to people, exchange a lot to people,
So
to
much
deal with
output.
every personality. We deal with every, and to be professional, you have to respect, not judge. It's normal.
I
But-
came from sales and retail and
Bro,
all that
you know
shit,
what I
bro.
mean.
I know exactly
you know
what
what I
that
mean.
is, bro. I know
Same,
exactly. You want this little
I'm good,
torch?
I'm good,
Yeah.
You can light this. We're gonna go to the next. It's paired with disease from a quality control form.
Shout out again to Coffeeshop New York for making it happen.
Fire. This one was the best for us, and we really want that's our little péché mignon in French. We always gonna put our favorite strain, our favorite rosin, our favorite. I mean, not specifically our favorite, but the most interesting for us in the terpene profile at the main for us, because it's gonna be the center of the meal. So this one's gonna go well with the fish. It was hard to do this one because The Skittles is always hard to pair because making a dessert with this, with the sweet herbs, always easy, good, but we were gonna go a little bit more challenging for you. So with the Z's, we got this really nice freshness from the Skittle, from the Kush mint, I think. I think it goes, it's a little bit of mentally aftertaste. So Nico worked a sauce made out of champagne, orange and mint juice, fresh from the garden. You're gonna have a work around cauliflower. So the first work was around garlic. So all the parts of the garlic were used. This one is a yellow cauliflower. Okay. It's a strain of cauliflower. We use it as a puree. We use it as a pickle, and we use it only just like buttery cauliflower on the side. We also got some sea spinach. It's a kind of a seaweed, really nice, super cheap. You can find it in every fish shop. Ask for it. It's super good. You can eat it raw. You can put it in sandwich. Some nice salmon eggs on top, also from the same market I spoke to you about. And I hope you liked.
Delicious.
Il y a quelque chose que tu as rajouté encore? La sauce? Okay. Oh yeah, the little sucrine.
Astronomy going on in the season finale of the HighCloud Podcast season 4.
Sucrine is kind of a salad, but that you can eat cooked. It's the only one you can do. It's super small salad, and you can roast them. And it's called sucrine in French because sucre is sweet, and they're really sweet when you cook them.
Yeah, it's a beautiful strain. The Z's, it's a Skittles cheese cross. Quality Control Farms, QC Farms.
So here, guys.
There goes the fish, my guy. Wow, look at this.
And I'm just gonna top it up with a little bit of smoked salt for you guys.
Let me film that. Do his first so I can get you on camera doing that.
Crazy.
I'm gonna send these images to Patrick so he can put them in and everybody can see the plates up close as well. Let's go. That look, bro.
So yeah, the work on this one was more on the freshness, the salty part. We tried to work. You mentioned umami. This is really a basis for a cuisine. Umami, for people who doesn't know, is the fifth taste for Japanese people. You have sweet, salty, bitter, all of them, and
sour.
umami, sour. And umami is the combination of all of them. A tomato can be umami, oyster can be umami, fish can be umami. But we worked a lot on this combination of taste. And the Z's was really in the same category of terps, really powerful, but also touching a bit of sweetness, a bit of cheese, a bit of everything. And we want this complexity to be back in the meal. I speak for everything, but obviously Nico is designing all the plates. We were speaking
Merci
about.
beaucoup, chef.
My pleasure. We're speaking about this with Noah. All the plate like this needs obviously some trial before and some drawings to know a bit how the balance is going to look like before imagining it. Which part is going to be acid, which part is going to be sweet, salty, how people are going to take them. And we like to play with this kind of little challenges.
Fish is so good. This is my
You like
favorite
this,
fish. Ubalo.
Yeah?
That's the Portuguese name for it. It's my favorite type of fish. And I was a little bit homesick, so...
Ubalo.
Ubalo. Sea bass, right?
Yeah, sea bass.
Yeah, it's Portuguese.
Yep. So I know my fish.
I know my fish.
I know it in Portuguese because that's where I eat it.
I know my fish.
I know my fish.
I'm always Googling that shit.
Let's meme that. I know my fish.
And I love my fish. My guy. With disease, let me go.
Maison Terpenes translates really from House of Terpenes, House of Taste. Yeah, we have the same for pre-roll. We big stoners, both. And we have something with nice hand rolls, making nice donuts. And having the same passion about making food that we put into our event, into our customers.
It's so funny to really see the compliment of the Z's, the sour with the cheesy thing, with the buttery mousse and the fish with the saltiness, bro, and with the thing, and the sauce, Bruh, this is really thought out
It's good money.
piece of consumption here in my tummy.
It's a good piece of fish. It's like cooked well.
Yeah, because you put some pressure on us, huh? Because I knew you obviously from before, but we made some research and we found your Instagram and we saw some fire 2 days ago. So we looked at that with Nico and we were like, okay, we have to put more effort into this, even more effort than we basically
good.
put. Not too much, just to look like it's it's
You're
easy,
like, get the
you
fuck
know?
out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I cook, huh? You know?
No, man, it's good.
Oh, glad you're here then.
Great.
What was the first menu then? Some burgers and fries?
No, it's not about this. It's also about honor to get people understanding the concepts, because working with people that love fermentation, that also not even got their palate used, because you can educate your palate really quickly, you know?
Yeah.
Just drink some homemade soft drink instead of, of commercials or...
It's also just memorization, right?
Yeah,
like
I think so.
educating your palate is a lot of like...
Yeah.
You remembering something that's supposed to go with something,
Exactly.
and you can attach a memory or a flavor with it.
With fish?
You know how Maison Terpenes was created?
Can I please get this?
Yeah, sure. C'est pas ça? Maison Terpenes was created. We have a super tons of talented growers in Belgium. Shout out Flying Genetics and California Farm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
California also great.
California Farm
Flying
gave us.
Genetics also.
He's a cheese lover. He's making some lime burger, hash, who's a Skittle, cheese and blueberry, and he's making also a really old cut from the 80s. I'm not gonna say bad names for the purists, but a cut from the 80s from the Exodus, a true one. And one night we were eating a plate of plate of cheese at home with Nico, with some nice blue cheese over in France, making degustation of cheese. And smoking this exotic cheese with blue cheese, we looked at each other and we're like, bro, we need to do something. Really, we need to do something. It was like so... the experience of having them together was so perfect that was like, I can see this in a restaurant. I can see this with people asking for it. And we asked to people...
Talk about eating at home. What are your guys' favorite munchies? Like, obviously, you must love fried chicken doing the spot here.
Yo, I love fried chicken. It's definitely not my munchie food, right? No.
But it's beautiful fried chicken here at Ladybird.
Yeah, the fried chicken is, it's good money. It's also, I think, we selling food, we sell our own culture, how we feel like having it shown and explained. And to us, it holds a lot of value, right? Of like growing up and the nostalgia part of it, like what you was talking about, what makes good food, good.
Core memories.
And craveable. You should make craveable food. It's really important, right?
Yeah. Food that mouth-watering food.
Yep.
Yeah, B. Like the goal is not to blow their mind once; it's to have them come back every week and be excited to come back, right? Like that's how business works. And I feel it's cool to blow their mind once, but that's where it stays. And then it's like, okay, I went to my one time, and okay, that was dope.
Yeah.
From a functional point, only from my own business side, it has to be repetitive. So I think we found a common food that wasn't here, that was attached to us, that we felt good about, and just did like a deep dive. And we were like, all right, let's just stuff like chicken. So let's go from like where it's sourced, how it's sourced, how we deal with the butchery, how it's brimed, what's the flour like, what's the oil like, you go through
every piece,
every moment, right? Like when it gets cooked, where does it go, how many times the hand touches it? Okay, it's in here, right? Like
nice.
So
how long did it took you to make this? All the process about sourcing, finding,
probably like a good 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Like just right. It happened to also be when COVID was, so it was downtime.
Yeah.
So then we did a pop up inside of a weed shop.
Yeah.
That was our first pop up, right?
Yeah.
And we did it with a greenhouse, right? And we went in there and we did a pop up for 3 months, maybe 4 months. And it worked. We were like, okay, this is cool. And we were literally like, I don't know, I'm not doing anything. Let's do a fried chicken pop-up. Like, that should be fun. Why not? Kind of sitting on your hands, right? And we were like, okay, this is fun. Fuck it, let's do it. And boom, 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 next step. Open this up.
It's so funny to see also how, like, enjoying good food is so similar to enjoying good cannabis. Like, every step of the process is so important. Like the tip you use, the papers you use. You know, that's so.
Every step is
so
super
essential
important.
to the eventual experience. It's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
Less
awesome.
air. Nico always say less air, more turds
Yep.
in your joints.
Yep. Absolutely. Pack them tight. Absolutely.
But going back to the munchies, it's gonna be
Yes,
super
go back to
cliche.
the munchies.
Super cliche.
Oh, what's munchies for me?
Chef. Frietjes.
Frietjes, ja
Fries.
toch.
We're coming from Belgium.
Belgium fries.
And
With
Belgium
mayonnaise?
fries. Good.
Met Brazil.
But yeah,
What's
we
that?
have. You don't know this? In Belgium, we have a
Sounds
sauce
exotic,
game.
brother.
We got like 50 different sauce for fries. 50.
Yeah,
or
for
60.
sure. Yeah. Your sauce game was crazy.
Crazy, but not crazy industrial bad. Crazy good. Bro.
No, just like they go in.
Brazil?
They go in.
Do you know Andaluz sauce?
Yeah.
Brazil is this, but a little bit sweeter with pineapple and a bit spicy.
Okay.
It's amazing. And
Yeah.
in Belgium, a lot of people mixing sauce.
Of course.
So like in your snack, you're taking two sauce, like
Yes,
Brazil
yes.
Samurai.
So it's fries in particularly a crazy array of sauces.
Bro, you don't imagine of fries. It's not even just like a national. It's gonna be super cliché, but let's break something else. In French, we have two
good
things.
munchie,
We
man.
have the what we call friterie. Is place mostly Belgian place when you can buy old way Belgian style fries, 2-time cooked in beef fat with checking temperature. You can eat. I have a friend of mine coming from France. Say the first time you eat Belgian fries, say it's like a full meal. It's so meaty and it's so good. You don't need any.
Because of the
You're
beef
good.
fat and
Yeah,
everything.
you don't need anything else. With a good sauce, you don't need anything else. And on the side, you have what you call kebab, what we call snack.
Yeah.
And snack for us is more like, I can give you 25 names, but we have duru, mitraillette, like 20 in a bread, and this is more like Arabic people doing this.
Yeah, I was just
and-
about to ask that. Like,
Yep.
like
but it's not shawarma though, huh? It's not shawarma.
I'm not
It's
saying it's
another-
shawarma.
more like gyros and stuff like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Not from
You know,
Greek.
I got you,
either.
bro. Yeah,
and
yeah.
this in Belgium is like a religion. Like both of them, you go eat there when you're young with your parents. We were speaking about memories. You're choosing your own sauce. You're growing up. And Nico, coming from a big family from the Brabant in Belgium, Brabant Wallon, so it's the French-speaking part of Belgium. And it's also something super popular, you know, to go with your family on Sunday. It's like an activity for us, kind of. And I think 2 or 3 days ago, we found like a French fries place
Yeah.
that was so amazing. It was like, he lose his mind. He was like, bro. He come back to spoke to the guy. He was like, this is the best French fries of my life.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Master frites if you go in Brussels. That
Yeah,
was
send
amazing.
me a link.
Yeah, man,
What's your
sure.
favorite munchies, bro? Like, are you a candy man? Are you?
I'm not. So
ice
I'm not a
cream
sweet.
man?
I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
a
not a
sweet
sweet
person.
tooth?
Are you?
No, me neither.
Do you grab a bag of fucking Doritos or?
Nah, man. I go in. Like this is where I guess chef comes in, right?
Yeah, you really go at it. You
Yeah,
go
me
into the
too.
kitchen, you whip
This
up
shit
a
is- I
fucking
think there's stuff
some
on deck,
noodles
right?
or whatever.
And
What
I
you got
know
in the
how I am.
fridge?
Yeah, I know how I am. So there's also like there's enough pieces and parts laying around where like because I don't know how everybody else is, but I can whip some shit up in like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's
Like,
the last thing you whipped up for yourself, like in a munchy way, like pop, pop, I gotta do this fast and easy but tasty.
raw fish. Anytime
Yeah.
there's raw fish in the house,
Yeah?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just
For my
bang.
wife is ramen all the time.
ramen noodles, yeah.
If you want a little trick, let's
Do
see
ramen.
how Japanese people, just on YouTube, make ramen on their own. You got the same instant noodle than them.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
make fire shit.
yeah,
they make fire shit in
blend
3
it,
minutes.
they mix it,
just
they
blend
do
it, crack
shit.
an
Yeah,
egg.
yeah, yeah.
Bro,
Pop,
look
pop.
one
They go
video
in,
on
they
YouTube.
go in.
They're going for
They
3
go in,
minutes,
they go
and
in.
it's like a restaurant style ramen
Yeah.
with instant noodle
Yeah,
for
I
3
hear you.
euros.
One of
bro.
them tried to open out here. I don't know how it did, but a ramen spot tried to, like a packaged ramen spot
Oh,
tried to
shit.
Yeah,
open.
here in
No
Amsterdam.
way.
Oh, I
And it
want
was
to try
like,
this.
you want to try it, but I don't know how it went, right? So, I mean, conceptually, it sounds like it works in a big enough city, right? Because that's a particular. I don't even eat ramen.
No?
I mean,
Nah,
I don't
me
eat
neither, really. It's not really
the packaged
my thing.
ramen, and for
Oh,
me
the
to
packaged
eat,
ramen, yeah.
for me to eat ramen, going out, it's got to be
place.
good ramen.
Yeah, have
Because-
a really
gotta
good
be
one
not
for
into
us
that.
too.
Up there, yeah.
and I know I'm just strange, but like I'm not into like bowls of hot liquid. Like I don't
Yeah,
want
No,
to fucking.
it's
no,
not
no,
your.
no.
Even Vietnamese
Soups.
stuff, pho, no, all those
Miss
things.
me with
Oh, I
that
love
shit.
this.
Absolutely,
I can deal with this.
That's
in
a
the
hard
summer.
pass.
I
No, yeah,
love this in the summer.
I get that.
I can't. And also noodles, I just not. I
Yeah,
just
not your thing.
not my thing. I'd rather just like raw fish and a fucking like.
When I'm at home and I have munchies, I usually nowadays I go for fruit. I used to
Oh,
do
that's a good
or
one.
like really
That's
really
a good
good
one, yeah.
on some simple shit, like really really good like toasted sourdough, yo, and some butter and salt.
Yo, that's it. That's the fucking thing. But
I'll
my
whack
wife's
through like,
always
I'll whack like
why
through
you
half a
always
loaf,
eating
like
fucking bread in the evening?
like hard
you don't
toasted with some
understand.
good fucking butter and salt.
There's some salt. That's my fucking.
I'll like
then my
try to
wife
clog an artery with that
complains.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
You're speaking about fruit. I have an amazing connection almost. Drugs and fruit. I go back to mushroom from time to time, and shrooming and eating really good fruit, some exotic fruit. Bro, do this, you're gonna realize how crazy the world can create terps.
Yeah, bro.
I was shrooming, microdosing, and eating like papaya and stuff like this, and I was a bit
look at
tripping,
those
but just
exotic
asking
fruits,
myself, how is it? It's not possible.
What?
It's not possible. You can find this in nature.
But also
Because
like
you
a
cannot
passion fruit, bro.
Yeah,
But
you
the
cannot
craziest
recreate
passion
this.
fruits, like
In,
you know,
you
how
could
is that a
try
thing,
recreating
bro?
this. It's impossible. The
How
same
is
one is
that
impossible.
a thing? How's that
Yeah.
a thing? If you would have now have to think of a fruit, like nobody.
Yeah,
would
make a new
fucking-
one. Make a new one.
Nobody would design a passion fruit or
a new one.
Make a new one. Go for it.
if you had the power to make
It's
a new
existing.
one, what would it taste like?
Yeah.
But bro,
So interesting.
I have one guy on my YouTube short living on an island somewhere. Do you know that, for example, bananas got seeds inside? The banana we eat is not bananas.
No.
The normal banana got big seeds inside, and
Yeah,
so
of
they
course.
crossed them for. And he showed that, for example,
That's just GMOs, right?
Yeah,
that's
it's
with
25 different style of banana, looking like pineapple. And you'd be like, hey, I want to
Yeah.
try all of them. You
Yeah.
know why?
Yeah, of course.
When we were at the 420 event with King Size this year, was it this year? Yeah. We parked the car in like a big shopping center there. It kijkt down, and we got there and we were hungry as fuck. So
Yeah, dude.
we walked around the shopping center a little bit, and there was this fruit dude. Bro, he had the fucking widest array of fruits.
Right?
Like he had the craziest
I feel you.
exotic. Like he had different types of strawberries, berries, passion fruits, whatever the fuck, and he was giving them out to taste and whatever, bro.
Nice.
And we bought like big boxes of fruit. I just ate fruit for fucking hours,
best.
bro.
They're the
Just
best.
it was
It is
so
though, man.
nice. I'm gonna see if I can get some images from that day and.
But
and send
munching
it over.
fruits, I think it's a really good option also because you can eat a lot.
That's a
Nobody
super
ever
healthy.
got fat from food.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
best
from food,
fucking
yeah.
option. If in Munchie side, like if you, I mean,
Can be expensive though.
It's
can
candy.
be expensive.
it is, but
it's
we're also just asking like, what's
nature's
the
candy.
ideal, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
I think,
Right.
and also, what do you pay for some?
Also,
What crazy clementine, bro?
and also, but what's the frites? What's the thing of frites that you're getting? Like, how much are the fries that you get?
Yeah, that's the thing. €5.
Yeah, you can spend €5 on fruit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the
I don't
thing.
care how
No,
expensive
no, no.
the fruit is.
Yeah.
Like a couple, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
think like
right.
it's also choices. It's like what would
Life
you aim
choices.
to?
How you think about how you see your own consumption.
What would be the
as
most
you were
ideal?
saying.
Yeah.
I think it's also different. Like, what do I go to, and what's the most ideal munchies? Right?
Yeah,
Two
yeah,
different
yeah.
questions. If it's ideal munchies,
Choices,
it's like sashimi.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's my
yeah,
most
yeah.
ideal.
Sashimi is
If I could just
delicious,
produce
bro.
that every single time, I was like, oh, I'd like some munchies. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That's give me time.
Nope.
But like,
We need.
what do you end up taking? I don't know. I try not to be honest.
No, that's the
Like,
goal.
yo,
That's
I like fucking being able to burn and not have munchies. That's a
we should
quality.
have more THCV weed going around.
I think
bro.
it's a more quality high. Like you think be having a full belly because your brain, kind of tricks your consciousness to be like, oh, you're starving.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but I think when you're not, like if I'm fasting or if I'm doing some shit like some or regulated eating type shit, like I think it's absolutely a better high the less I have in my stomach.
Yeah.
Hands down. Like
Yeah,
super
absolutely.
hydrated.
Yep.
Like again, if it is, it's fruit, and then like that's always a much
Yep.
cleaner high for me. Always.
Yep.
Versus
Absolutely.
a burger or
No,
it,
for
it
sure.
sounds like
For
it
sure.
goes together, but
Yeah.
it doesn't
No,
actually.
you'll feel like
It
shit
doesn't. It
afterwards.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Because let's be
Yeah.
honest, like you probably should be eating the fruit that's grown near the plant.
Right?
That's like
100%.
common-
Yeah,
Yeah,
common sense.
yep, uh-huh.
Common sense.
Common agricultural, like
Yup,
just
yup.
I
follow
think
what
it's
nature.
human
Yeah.
common sense, not even.
So-
Yeah.
So it's like I don't think the fucking burger is grown next to the wheat. In real life.
Yeah.
I think a banana is probably mango, some other shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't
Oh,
know,
dried
but-
mango's
no,
also
but smash
beautiful.
burger is
Yeah,
grown
yeah,
next to it.
Mango.
So I think there's that balance, right, that you got to find. But it's all offered now.
And
so
also
much different.
sourcing your fruit is not that difficult. I mean, you can easily see from supermarket fruits or from farmer fruits the difference just smelling them, just touching them, like you don't have to have knowledge in just know
use your nose, use your senses,
yeah, exactly.
bro.
Yeah, use your sense. Yeah, exactly.
Like fucking go into it. Just
also be conscious of what you consume. Like
that's it. Like
you should know what you're supposed to eat at this point in life.
Exactly.
There's enough information. There's enough accessibility. You should know what you're consuming. It's okay. You consume whatever you want. That's not actually my point. Because I think it's hard to...
You can do some McDonald's from time to time.
I just think it's hard to separate like plastic shoes versus a plastic straw versus...
microplastics in your food.
What's not...
It's very like...
it's very close.
Right?
Yep.
So woven into kind of like the general canvas of society at this point, right? And it's like it's very hard to not have it in the fabric of it. And I think to pick and choose is admirable, but at the end of the day, very few people live a completely like
But you got a good example.
Completely sober life,
super clean, like dialed in. We
Alexander tries. Like we had our buddy up at the
4 in the morning biking.
4:30 in the morning. And he only eats healthy. Fucking.
Alexander was one of the first guy reaching to us. Actually.
Amazing. He's
Alexander
doing great.
was one of the first guys reaching to us
before this episode. He's also from the States. He came over 12, 13 years ago. Great dude, doing his best, you know.
Really nice
He's trying. No, but it's important to fucking stay conscious about what you're doing, what you're putting into your body in any way. Going from food to cannabis, you know, it goes everywhere.
It's also from perception. The example I wanted to give is that sometimes you consume meat from your local butcher from 5 meters away from your store.
Yeah.
Because it's more sustainable, you can have traceability on it. But also, you have another argument. The little truck that have to deliver all the meat all around in town, going to consume way more than a big ship going to your place. That's when you're changing perspective, and once again, everything is accessible, just make your choice on what you want to be aware of and proud of. If you want to be super sustainable, go for your local market. If you want to be more eco-friendly, buy in big quantity. You know, like everyone got their own fight and their own, you know.
And balance is important.
Is
like that's it. Like most important thing in life is balance with all these things. And we were talking a lot about fruits earlier, and I see you already whipped out the Puffco there.
We're gonna go for dessert, guys.
Because it's all about citrus.
It's all about citrus. Is the name of the dessert. We were inspired by this beautiful rosin from Pressure Labs, Nasty Lemon.
Shout out again to my buddies from Coffeeshop New York and the homies at Pressure Labs, of course.
Yeah, shout out Rob. Such a nice guy.
Absolutely.
So we thought that working all around lemon was super nice. So we went to buy organic lemon from Italy, and we.
Limone.
We work them in also many different ways. We work with a nice family ice cream factory. He's a friend of one of the best friend of Nico, owning for the 3rd generation, and we can make them. I mean, we can ask them to do ice cream with whatever they want with our ingredient. I mean, we provide them fruit from a garden, fresh herbs, basil sorbet. I think that they made a super nice pear and cardamom sorbet for the Jack Harrow Cup Judge dinner. And this time they work with this lemon to make a lemon sorbet out of it. It's going to be a lemon zest crumble down. You're going to have a kumquat, the really small citrus, confit in the vanilla syrup from Madagascar. And I think that's it. And some kumbava, some zest. Oh yeah, and lemony caviar, I'm going to show you that.
I don't know if I can share this one, Pat, sorry. We'll see about that.
This is
yes. I've always wanted to try this, bro. Try it. Can I take some?
You want a spoon or a fork?
Yes. I'll have a clean. Bro, this is so cool. I've seen this on TV once, and I was like, bro, I gotta try this. Oh, I gotta film this. Just a second.
What?
Let me just put the flash on real quick. For the people watching or listening, please subscribe, like, comment, and everything, because where else do you get this amazing content made by yours truly? We're here, we're live in the cut. Oh, it's coming out.
That's exactly when you're supposed to eat it. Grab this with a knife or something. Yeah.
No, you can just eat it. Eat it.
You know it, right?
Yeah, I know it.
Eat it.
Just
push it. No, push it in your mouth. Just
eat it like it's a little sack of caviar.
Yeah.
There you go. No. I've had it. It's good. It's fun. It's super citrusy and like.
I love it.
Yeah.
We wanted to buy a tree from this in Belgium.
These are fun, man.
These are fun and also kind of expensive because you can make.
They're super expensive.
They're super expensive.
Yep.
This one is about like €3 or €4 a piece. A piece.
They're
The Kombava, the other one also is like €4 a piece for lemon, and it's just like it's exotic strain lemon. So not a lot of people got them, and they sell the tree for super expensive. We almost buy one for €250, and that's a steal to have it. Normally it's like 2K to have a citrus, but you can make money out of it. If you sell it for €3 a piece, they make like I think 200 pieces a year. Make the calcul.
You gotta baby that tree.
Yeah, and sell it again and again.
Yeah, man.
I wonder what's more lucrative, like doing
Fucking
this
selling
or
lemon
weed?
trees.
Weed or
New
lemon
hustle.
trees?
New hustle. So I think you can make the dab almost ready.
All right, let's go, man. Because you told me we have to get into the dab.
Yeah, you can take one more. Yeah, you can do multiple. Take one before, one during, one after.
Oh, I might need my swabs from the green bag from the main compartment, please, sir. My brother. And I'm very excited, and I'm enjoying it to the max up until
having
now.
fun, guys?
Really having fun.
Yeah,
enjoying
nice.
the conversations, enjoying listening to you guys as well, because it's very interesting. So, I'm gonna need a swab. Here it is. Actually, with the Pressure Labs logo, so that's
Everything's
fitting.
connected.
Thank you, Pet. Maybe out of the frame, my dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah, solid.
Really interesting to see how this is gonna play out.
There you go, guys.
Oof.
Thank you. Nice.
Close it up.
Nice dessert, though.
So you got, you got the citrus crumble. Oh yeah, and try just one of the leaves. The leaf, it's like tasting like licorice.
Chervil, no?
Yeah, exactly. So you got some licorice leaf. You got homemade crumble, zesty lemon. You got the kumquats, and you got topping with caviar lemon on top. Eat all together, and it's gonna be nice. Don't hesitate to dab during because we love to work also with texture, as Noah mentioned. Working with dabs give like this hot texture with coldness. I think there is something going on with this that we try to develop more and more for the moment. Uncle going wild.
Big dab, big dab.
Big dabs, only big dabs.
Yo, but you got the chef's tempo with the food. You got the bam, 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 bam. Gotta get it in and get back to the kitchen.
I think this application is the best style of application.
Actually, normally every meal come with a different smoke experience, we work on this. We normally work dessert only with dabbing and volcano. We're working with pre-roll for appetizer, and normally donuts is the main. But we adapt.
There's something to be said for being able to take 1, 2, 3 hits, whatever it is, and being super potent, and you get all the terps. Right? And it's like you get none of that chlorophyll shit, none of the matter, and it's just like super clean. I think that this is the best way to in terms of application, right?
Yeah, you were asking also what we want to do. I think for us, working only with extraction will be the best. But it also we adapt to our customers, and also asking for only rosin or only thing. I can understand that it's big to provide for people we're working with, so we adapt with or pre-rolls or donuts, and everything is made on purpose. But
listen,
in a perfect world,
I think
extraction
lighting
will be
the
the
joint
best.
is still super important. I think, you know what I'm
You're
saying?
totally right on this, huh?
Yeah.
I'm only talking application, right? Like
application and also mouth texturing. I think it's something. It's something going on that you don't. I think combustion.
This didn't always
take
exist.
Something off.
This didn't always exist.
Yeah.
Being able to smoke it that pure in that fashion of mix of technology and glass.
Exactly.
That's new, huh?
Yep.
That's like right now.
Yeah. at the moment.
Yeah, but it's still just like new. Like it wasn't in the 70s. Like
exactly.
it's just new. You know,
something
like
from this era. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
And not even this era, but this micro era of like the last like 15 years.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
on the moment.
There wasn't that shit fucking in 2000.
They made they made a video about the evolving of the dabbing through the years.
Yeah.
People were dabbing on hot
knives.
On hot knives.
On
spoon.
They would heat up two knives on a stove and then put water between and then or hash even, you know.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
So it goes quick in a way, huh? It goes really quick. You enjoy this one, bro?
Yeah, this is
the one working the most for you.
Yeah, because
we always have one.
If we're talking about let's just flavor, it's like those two have compared the hardest, right?
Gotcha.
I think because it's like super high acidity, so it's all like you're all, right.
Freshness
You're salivating a lot. It's clean, and this is also the cleanest way we smoke something, right?
Yeah, definitely. You have something to in response with it.
This is the cleanest way we've smoked so far. This is the cleanest, most acidic dish we've eaten so far. So
we got something with this, huh?
It was really nice up until now.
And this has sugar.
Really enjoying it.
So it's a double down on drugs, right?
Yeah, double down.
It is though, right? Like that's also a part of it. That's why when we think of edibles, and why the edible market is, it's sweet.
Yeah.
Because sugar is just as powerful as any of the other shit. It's more powerful.
Exactly.
There's some people doing crazy other stuff now as well, like like Cheetos and that type of shit. It's happening.
You want like a teaser, like how it's in news just for you, like a We're working on something
breaking
for the moment.
News.
Yeah, breaking news. We mentioned that we're not making edible, but we want to do just one capsule, one-time edible making. Maybe with Pressure Labs, keep speaking with him for the moment. With about salty edibles, about having like this kind of nice spice, maybe smoked salt, maybe other like high cuisine, oil, peanut butter, homemade, you know, those kind of things you can store really well and using and dosing really well in the cuisine. We wanted to make just one time a drop like this. So if you see this soon,
really cool.
Check this update.
And that's really cool because that's something that, for example, Trichome Science also does with the Colocaos and the Kool-Aids and
I love
all
them.
the crazy shit they do.
Lemonade is one of my favorites.
Kool-Aid. And you just add water.
But that's what it's about, right? Like normalizing it, right?
Normalize, once again.
So you just have to put it in normal shit.
Yep.
It has to be part of it. And also it can't, and I think this is where it fails a little bit because of the culture. It's like, you have to microdose it. You have to make it so that it's of common use. Like, yo, you can't make pancake batter and every time you eat the pancakes, you're all fucked up. Like, there's no usage case.
That's
when the fuck do you want
like,
that? We on a Sunday at the beginning of a vacation? Like, no one's gonna eat like that on a Sunday. Like, get the fuck out of here.
But no one's gonna follow you also.
So you have to like, you have to find that balance.
You're gonna be on a different mood with everyone.
You gotta
on a different level.
We did this dinner with Trichome Science a few weeks back.
Was it?
About 1400. And I enjoyed it a lot, you know. Yes, but it does fuck you up for a few days.
Yeah, like, for a few days.
you'll be like a day or two. You'll be still enjoying the stone. And I was prepared for it, you know. I prepared my wife, like, I'm gonna do this now, and I'm not gonna be that dude this weekend, you know. Just forget about me. I'm
gonna disappear.
Just I'm on the couch. I'm a potato, you know. Leave me. But King Size, for example, our buddy, he was there with us at the table, and at the Jack Harrow Cup, he said it again. He said, like, that was the coolest thing that I will never do again, you know. Because it just fucked him up that bad after that he just was like, nah, it was too much, you know. And it's not for everybody, like, you know, if it's not your thing, if you don't do edibles like that, then 1400 milligrams is a lot. Even 100 is a lot. Like,
you know, if
10 milligrams is like,
if you do it or you don't do it, that's a lot.
Yo, it's
like
a lot.
We doing like we doing like you didn't say 140. 1400, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a mass amount of consumption.
Crazy amount of.
But you gotta be on your best game. You fucking with that shit.
I did a big mistake like this. I think once 1 year ago, it was a birthday at the Kremers and Fudge this made a cake.
Oh.
And I don't know, fudge is known for his like 3,000 milligram cake for a lot of people, and we knew it was strong, but not that much. And I eat like 1-2 piece, and we saw Ronna coming, and he looked at it and he was like, and I asked him, and I was like, oh, you're not eating him? He's like, did you eat some? I was like, yeah, sure. He's like, are you crazy? How much did you eat? I was like, I don't know, 5, 6. And he looked at me like this and he was like, bro, you fucked. You fucked for real. We came, we had to go back to Belgium. Stay safety first, guys. If you drive, don't do edibles. Don't do edibles if you drive. We had to go back to Belgium. I never do edibles if I drive. We couldn't. Impossible. We were stuck at the Kremers. We got a video of us being like, people speaking to us and we just like listening to them. And I asked Fudge afterward. He was like, yeah, it was a 3,500 milligram or something. Why did you eat that? It was for fun. I was like, bro, I didn't know. It was for fun. Yeah,
that's not fun.
Your mother, like, get out of here. Like, your mother's for fun. What do you mean?
Your mother's for fun, brother.
Like, who makes something that strong? For what? Then you eat a
No, but
spoonful?
we all know that edible maker got something with fucking people's up.
Yeah.
They got something with this, bro.
It's true.
Often.
It's true.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't have something. I'm just prepared for it now. But good edibles maker, Oh, the 150 milligram really goes to 250, 300.
They're feeders in the wrong, in the worst way.
Wrong.
They be like, they're not gonna know. I feel it,
feeders
brother.
Extreme, like, wow.
They're never gonna feel it. Of course they feel it, brother.
You want another chocolate?
They feel it.
Like,
It's only 50 milligram, 350.
But it goes with psychedelics as well. Like my buddy Yuri from Baloo. He does microdosing a lot. He also has a company in that and stuff. But sometimes he also likes to just party, and he brings some chocolate.
Yeah.
And at the Jack Harrick Cup, I was with a buddy, Byron, the dude we were here with together, and he ate some chocolate, and he came to me, hey, Yuri gave me some chocolate, but I think it had mushrooms in it. I'm like, brother, if Yuri gave you the chocolate,
it definitely
100% got mushrooms in it, so enjoy the trip, and it's gonna be an interesting ride home because I was driving him home, So he floated around the terrain for a few hours, enjoying the.
Good for him.
No, but that's it, you gotta ask before you take anything,
Absolutely.
Don't take candy from strangers. Mama taught you.
In those kind of even more. When you had the Jack Harrick,
and when it's friends also ask, what's in that?
My wife always asks me, when my wife always with us, she's working normally on the artistic direction of the brand in a way. She's decorating a lot, so using budget to make really nice experience for people. But she's not consuming. She's smoking a bit, but not consuming edible that much. Yeah. Every time she's in the club, she's like, I'm not asking you anymore because I feel like everything's infused. Everybody proposed me stuff. I don't even think it is, and it is every time, so I'm not asking anymore. So, don't take if you don't ask before.
No, big lesson. Big lesson, guys.
Absolutely.
And I think that might be a beautiful lesson to end this amazing season finale with. It's with a little bit of pain in my heart because it's going to be no podcast for a little while. Oh. We're gonna be doing some cool other stuff soon. Probably from next week, you can probably catch the first real live stream edit because it will not be live when it's on YouTube. But we're gonna be reviewing strains from the legal weed experiment in the Netherlands from the new studio.
Nice. Is this YouTube?
Yeah, we're gonna live stream it on Kick. So I'll go follow the Kick. You can see the link in the description. And then after, because that's going to be on the Sundays, on the Sundays we're going to do the live streams, and then we're going to edit the stream and put it up on YouTube a few days after. So it's going to be available on YouTube as well. Going to do the shorts and everything. So keep posted for that. Subscribe on the Kick for that as well. And then I want to say thanks to the partners, obviously, who made it happen this season. We got Sensi Seeds, we got Noids and Mascot on the table. Thank you so much for the support this season. And the guests, thank you for your time, your wonderful conversations and knowledge.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet you. Appreciate it. Thanks for cooking.
Thank you, brothers. And for the last time in a few months, maybe, this was Uncle Kush, and I'm high. Bye. How was that? You guys like that?
Super fun. Cool? Did you like it?
Yeah.
It was cool?
Nice job.
Was it super nice conversation though.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
we're gonna take a picture.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
We're gonna
man.
take a picture.